This is the Money, Business, and Inspiration podcast with Joe. I'm your host, Joseph Evaldi. Persevere with your dreams and love life. Hello, this is Joseph Evaldi, and I'm coming live on this podcast. And tonight, I'm going to talk about Twitter marketing. What is it? How can it be used effectively? And how to make every tweet count. And for starters, I'm going to discuss a little bit about my background in using Twitter marketing. It was 2009. I was writing articles. You could post it kind of like a blog, but it was interactive. You could post articles and anyone could read it. This is at a company named Helium that's no longer around. But I was looking at ways that I could market my writing. So I started using Twitter. I started using Facebook. And I also started using Twitter. And Twitter has been a marketing strategy that I've used for a very long time. I would say about 6 years. And it's been very helpful. It's somewhere where I can make short posts in a span of time and reach out to as many people. And if I want to target somebody that I want to post, I could target them too and tweet. And what else? How can it be? What is it? As I mentioned, it's short posts, and how can it be used effectively? And I'm going to discuss that right now. First, you could use it to advertise and market other companies. If you have something that you want to show or something that you'd like to show or advertise, or if you have a product that you like and you want to advertise it, if you have a link you want to show, advertise it, you could do that. That is one way to be social and connect and communicate with Twitter marketing. Also, the way I use it is I market my own stuff. Yes, you can market your own stuff. And this is a good way to let everybody know what you have available and how you could have it available. It's a very good tool to actually use. I like tweeting. I like using Twitter because you could just post links, get your message out there without going into grave detail of what it is and how it is, like blogs are, and I like blogs too. Each tool is different. This tool, it's more social. It's more short, brief, to the point. It's what you want. It's what you could see what is going on without reading all the news stories, etc., except the news stories that you follow. That's what I like about it. And when I come back from the break, I'm going to take my first break, but when I come back from the break, I'm going to discuss about should you generate and pay for your followers, or could you do it naturally? All this after the break.
Introduction. For as long as we can remember, we grew up in families. Whether it was to our natural parents, foster parents, or it was our aunts and uncles who raised us, we were born into a family and a pecking order. This was our position and standing in the family. Some of us have dealt with our parents first. Some of us had to cope with the fact that there was a smaller member of the family, and some of us dealt with the fact that we had to deal with older members of the family. They were our siblings. Through this time, we develop into people we want to be. We have an idea of the job we want in life, and we have an idea of who we want to marry. Quote, birth order is widely recognized in individual psychology as a determinant of personality. Ashby, Locierco, and Kenny, 2003, page 43. We develop our certain paths by learning from our parents and our siblings. Even singletons go through the growing up process developing traits. Eventually, we learn to interpret where we stand in the family. According to Campbell et al., quote, psychological birth order is generally defined as the way a person perceives and interprets his or her position in the family constellation. Ashley, Locierco, and Kenny, 2003, page 44. This is where we gradually formulate ideas, and we grow them into our own. Oftentimes, this leads to conflict within the ranking of birth order. The next section will discuss how birth order develops in people.
That was a clip from my audio book, Birth Order, How the Roles of Each Sibling Are Placed at Birth. And it is written by me, Joseph Vivaldi, and it is narrated by Jonathan Anthony Young. Back from the break. Okay, I'm going to be discussing about the question. Should you generate your Twitter followers and pay for them? Or should you do it realistically and authentically get them? Well, first, I'm going to discuss the pros and cons of each. The pros of paying for your followers: you will get those followers. It's true. You'll get a lot of followers, and it'll be automatically. You'll get them. It'll show that you have a lot of followers and you have a good online presence. That's the good thing. However, the bad thing is with generating it, you miss out on the connection with others. You miss out on doing it naturally and authentically. Because that way, you get to actually see who your followers are and who your true followers are. This is true. And also, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Generating it, you'll run into problems because sure, you'll have those followers, but it might not be the followers that you want. And you might not know who your fan base is. Everything is up in the air. However, with having it realistic, you'll know who your followers are, and you'll know who your fan base is. You know who likes you for you. and you know that you earned those Twitter followers. And I'm going to discuss a little bit about the summary of this podcast after the break. Okay, I'm back from the break, and I'm going to discuss a little summary of Twitter marketing. Yes, what is it, how it can be used, I discussed, and I said it was short posts that could be used for businesses, it could be used for social purposes, it could be used to market other companies, short posts that can market their stuff or market your own stuff. It's a very good tool to use, and many have been using it. And it's gone popular over the years. Also, I discuss about should you automatically generate your followers by paying for them, or should you have a realistic number by doing it authentically and naturally? This is up to you. There's no right and wrong with the answer. It's what you want your company to represent. But I'm going to end this podcast with a little bit of inspiration. Now, as you know, with Twitter, it's short posts and it's increments. So every increment that you do could make a progress for you. And that's what it is. It's increments. Every increment you could build and build and build. It's kind of like building blocks. When I first started taking up writing, it was 2009. And I started with articles. Before that I did poetry, but mainly I started as a hobby, and I started with articles that I posted myself on Helium. Then, after that, I did a small book, Amazing Effects of Water. It was a start. I was going somewhere. Then I went on to my novel, and then I did whatever I'm doing right now. But every little step that I took, I built, and I built, and I built. And that's what it takes. You can't be afraid to create and build. This is how things are done with society. You could either be one who sits there and works for others,